Hi, my friends, it's your tour guide to the wrestling side, me, Preston E. And since WrestleMania 41 is this weekend, it's time once again for some WrestleMania match predictions. Let's do this! Ow! First up, we will have a look at the Tag Team Championship match between the New Day and current champions, the War Raiders. While the New Day definitely doesn't need another tag team title reign to add to their collection to solidify them as one of the best teams ever, they do need momentum, as they have largely cooled off since turning on Big E. I predict they'll gain momentum back by scoring the titles from the War Raiders by nefarious purposes. And what more of a nefarious and heelish way than adding the guy who originally gave Big E his injury in the first place to the New Day, and that guy is none other than Ridge Holland. Yes, I know Ridge Holland is on NXT, but a call-up to join the New Day on the Raw roster could reignite them. Eventually, perhaps Big E can return with partners to help them take down the New Day. Up next is Rey Mysterio defending the honor of luchadors everywhere by doing good lucha things, taking on El Grande Americano. I predict Rey Mysterio wins and unmasks El Grande Americano to prove it was Vince McMahon, Chad Gable, the entire time. So Chad can now go off to a new storyline after Mania. Up next, we have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Naomi is doing some of her best work as a character currently with this unhinged and jealous heel character she is playing. Even though I predict Jade Cargill will beat her, I also predict this loss will jettison Naomi to bigger things as she becomes even more crazy and unhinged and destroys the women's locker room in a jealous rage after the loss. Up next is the U.S. Championship match as LA Knight, defends his U.S. title against Werewolf of Samoa, Jacob Fatu. I predict a victory for Fatu that furthers the rift between him and a jealous Solo Sikoa, as Fatu will soon be breaking out and dominating on his own. Now we get Tiffy Time Stratton versus Charlotte Boo Flair as Tiffany defends her WWE Women's Championship against Flair. Originally, I wasn't too excited for this match, but these two, in their recent awkward exchanges and personal promos, have changed that. This one now feels personal and real, and I'll look for Stratton to retain her strap as Flair becomes even more of an obnoxious heel, if that is possible. Gunther and Jey Uso's match is another one that I was originally not very invested into, but it has heated up with recent involvement from Jimmy getting attacked by Gunther. I predict Jimmy Uso returns and defends off outside interference from Ludwig Kaiser as Jey Uso scores his first World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. To cap off Night 1, we get the triple threat match against Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. This is one of the few triple threat matches that has captured my interest in recent memory, and Seth Rollins now feels like he isn't an awkward third wheel in this match. As a matter of fact, I predict Seth actually wins with help from Paul Heyman, inadvertently or purposefully, and that ends WrestleMania Night 1. Now on to Night 2, Easter Mania. First up, we have Liv Morgan and Raquel Dimpleback Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I'm not going to dwell on this one too long. I predict Liv and Raquel retain their titles, which may lead to an eventual return to the dark side as we get a bad Bayley. Up next, we have AJ Styles going up against Logan Paul. I predict AJ Styles will make Karrion Kross proud by defeating Paul in a possible show stealer of a match and then Styles will go on to some matches with Karrion Kross in the near future. Third up, we have Braun Breaker defending his IC Slurpee title against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dom. I feel like this is Finn's time to score some gold as the rift between he and the Judgment Day intensifies, leading to an eventual Finn Balor face turn. Finn Balor for the win. Damian Priest vs. Drew McIntyre is up next for a Sin City Street Fight. I do hope we have some fights in the casino with chips, roulette wheels, and slot machines getting used. Hopefully some mad old people get involved too when Drew and Damian interrupt their bingo game by fighting near it. Drew's luck will run out and Damian will win. Up next, we have a triple threat as Io Sky puts her women's world title on the line against Bianca Belair and Rhea, believe it or not, Ripley. I won't dwell on this one for too long either. I predict an Io Sky victory and title retention. Before I get to the big John Cena and Cody Rhodes undisputed WWE match, I'll give you some bonus predictions because that's the kind of a sweetheart of a guy I am. You're very welcome. I predict on the SmackDown Go Home show in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that Omos Sapiens of the world will rejoice as Omos returns. But don't look for the big guy to win, as that victory will go to Carmella Hayes. And what about Randy Orton? He needs a match for night 2, doesn't he? While I could easily see Solo Sikoa or Nick Aldis going up against Randy Orton for storyline continuity purposes, I have a feeling we will get a surprise mystery opponent for Randy Orton's match, like Seth Rollins had a surprise mystery opponent at WrestleMania 38 as Cody Rhodes took him on and beat Seth in his surprise return to the WWE. History will once again repeat itself as a former WWE wrestler turned AEW wrestler comes back to WWE to take on Randy. This time it'll be none other than Rusev. And Rusev will score the victory on Easter and Rusev Day. Orton, as a legend, can take this loss in a hard-fought match just fine, as Rusev will need the victory to go on and build a stellar WWE run on either Raw or SmackDown. Then, the week after Mania, we will get another return with Aleister Black. Now on to the final match of WrestleMania 41 as Cody Rhodes goes one-on-one with the Invisible One, John Cena. Cena will take his heel turn to the next level as he scores a big W and his 17th record-setting world title with a little help from his friends Travis Scott and The Rock. I predict, however, that Cody Rhodes gets his title back from Cena at SummerSlam this year, ending Cena's heel turn and title reign. Let me know what you think and what are your predictions in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, sub, and share. I've been Preston E. Garrison. Enjoy WrestleMania, and I'm out of here.